Loading. Yep, we're on. Yeah. Ho eki makainga como. You there? Okay, good. Ho eki makainga ko matagtalere mo telefon. Kono uhinga ko programa foko ni ko hono tu'uaki pe hono promote o hoko ko hafungani kita. Pe oku iloa hele papalangi ko platform ko ni be the best version of myself. E tato lahi e tau hoko ko kakai whewhine pe ko e whaahinga o tangata tau whita me tau hao me he ngahi otumotu e Pasifiki pe ko whainga wheitu pe tau hoko e ko minority pe ko kakai oku sola ki hawhanua muri oku whainga taa ke tau iloi ho tau ngeia ke tau iloi ho tau fungani. Aia oku taka i ngahi rea hange oku tau whaahau pe o hoko ko e kakai whikaua. Minority. Because kakai of ikai go top of the top. We are not the best. We are not the first. But tonight, one of the most talented women that I have been working with her, and she was also a student of mine. And this woman has excelled, and she has promoted herself. She knows her values and she knows her individual worth. And with that dignity has promoted her to become the person she should become. And tonight, on those of you who are watching, this is on live on Facebook, and this is a Zoom live stream all the way from the United States. And Mafi Kalamafoni is in Portland, Oregon State. For your information, Mafi is a realtor and licensed and certified in Oregon State. And for those of you who wonder and kind of question, how could I become like her? Everything is possible. It's all about the mindset. It's all about how you project and how you value yourself. So tonight, ayako ko poni te matalatala no atu te amo Mafi. I he lea whakatonga, lea whapalangi pe te mapofu bilingual. Tona uhinga ko ni ihi tolahe tau whanau o kunau siofi pe mo mea mai I he poni he laiwi. Ka taki whatoka ngā iange te whakaaonga I au ko au post au platform ko ni be the best version of myself. Hoko ko fungani kita, ne Lesieli Hingano whaaso Tutu'u. I will use the simplest Tongan words. And I know there are certain times that we need to use some kind of words for some because of the status quo. But in my life and in my program, I like to use the easiest Tongan word. I myself is a Tongan teacher too, but we are going to simplify things. So our children, the youth, and those of us who question sometimes, and you are doubting who you are, can learn. And hope tonight you will learn from this beautiful woman. And I would like to start by asking Mafi this question. And before we start, I would like to ask Mafi to just relax. And when she speaks, this is not my platform is an easy go. It's not a professional a platform that everyone has to be professionally. You can tell she's a beautiful, educated woman, and she is all set. But I want her to take it easy too, so she can fully relax and respond to the questions that I will use tonight. So those of you who are out there, you are struggling. You have lived in America for so many, many years, and you wonder, how could I be like that person? This is how it is. And let's welcome Mafi. I would like you to give us a little snapshot of who really you are before we move on.
Malo apito Hingano. Kole pe ke hufanga tu I ngahi tala whakaapa ko toa pe o whaangona tu I he ngalo pe ko ngalo ea. kaumaa ai whaunga whakateknolosia koe ni whakahauka ke polo kalama he whiawhini. Ka ata mua ma ki I whine moto atu a mo maulalo koe ni ke kau I he polo kalama e whiawhini. O biai e ku whakaapa-apa ki he tahine whaiwhatongia, ia Lesieli Hingano Tutu'u, hangepe ko e ne lawe, ko e tahau e ne whanau wako, pia ko hola e ne whai ako ko e ni ku mauha o ke whunua muli, o ku me mo ui o ku toerele iangi. Ko e ki whine motu ani, ko hingoa ko Mafi Kalamafoni, na whailoa ko Mafi Fanguna, he te kia ke o mauhoa, ko e ku tangata eki me matahau, ko liuloi Fanguna, ko e whine eki me haaki o wawau, ko e whine motoa ko Elisabeta Fifita Fanguna. Ko whiawhia apito ke kau he polokalama e whiawhini, pea ki mua pe ke hoko ate ma polokalama, ko e fofua taimeni ke asiatu I he ngaro ope, I he tau mua ngā ue, pe mo e langa ngā ue o whai, ko e mai whaifo ke whenga ke maumo ui o whamiri, ka tau te whito ki o tau kainga tonga I he whanua mulini. Pea koe e ku whiawhia mo loto maawhana ke toko nii, pea te matala noa o toe ki I whakaiki ki angi I he polokalama e whiawhini, ka koe hange peko no lawe ko Nofoheni Portland, Oregon, mauhoa ki Viliami Bill Kalamafoni, ia e maki whanau e toko wha, I iki, pea mo e ma whanau lalahi toko whito. So that's a little bit about myself. To all of you watching, welcome. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone to be here, go live on social media. I've never done it before, but I felt like this is the beginning of a journey and a career that I picked for myself, not only to benefit myself and my family, but for those of you that I live here in Oregon, I am more than willing to step up and help. Thank you, Hingano.
All righty. Malo au pito Mafi, te ako wha malo whawhitai. O hange koe tau, taimi ko ke taulunga ai o ke wha taulunga fo. O kua tauelangi. E te ako iloi, like you said, you are stepping out of your comfort zone. And it is so hard. And I know it is so hard. If you can see the background, you need to what? Level up. It's your time. So, o ko korepe ke uhanga o ki tala whare atu mo whatau ki whapare tua o e tau polokalama. Ko polokalama ko ni ko visione ke uhanga o whakaari-ari. Mo tuu waki ai kakai ko nau wheilau lau. Pea ko nau lava o level up o hiki tō ai mo ui. He tau iloi na tau nofo I motu. Ta tau hau kotoa me I motu. I kai ke ai haha. Taime ni ihi ko tau nofo di motu whatuunga nofo. Kaka taimi ko si oi pa whakatoka ngā I hataha. O ku ki imbahiki hake me he no molo. Me he anga whai koe o tau nofo me me tau si o ka tau mata. O ko sa ia ke puke ki fo I toko taha ko ia. He ku ia he rea whapalangi. It's a piece of genuine gold. He taimi ko mai ki konga koula ko ia. Pea te tutu, pea whangingila, pea sivi I ke maa koula mo oni. Kono ngai wai tau whanau, iai tau tupu. Pea wai mani ihi pe hange ko tau tolu kakai whiwhine. Tai mani ihi tau taka pe ko tau whatongia ko nofo pe I api. O tau whanau. La lang, ko e fō. Ko e tari e motu ape, ko e hotomari ke whoki mai. Haiane wala. Whakataha o ngahi ngafa ko ia ku os whakanatula pia ka tau tolu. Ko loto ai ke uhanga o whaue platform ko e niko hawhonga, ke whaari ari ai. Ai ngahi whungani, mo ngahi konga koula o ku mao e Tonga. They're not only the Tongan, mani ikehe. And so, Mafi, you are very blessed. And I do appreciate when you say you are stepping out of your comfort zone. Because I know you haven't been really on social media. But I think, like my background says, level up. It's your time. It's about time to shine, because it's about time to share what you have that other people don't have. Because some of us, even Mautol, Go pa I'm going to go pay. I hope I'm Mafi go realtor. Go to go ta fa tau tu waki fare. He ko ngai ko lo ai mo ese tu penga ta ke ma fonuan. And to faka lolo mangi ko ta to lahi hono ka mono pa si o tau kakai e kakai realtor o ku nau fa afai angai fa tau api kai ke nau lava na tolo to koni fe o tau kakai. And I think that is a piece of genuine gold tonight. So ho eki makainga, bear with us. We're going to start and I'm going to give out shoot out some question for you, Mafi. And if you don't understand, just elaborate on it and let me talk, because this is just more like a conversation, you know, kotaki for ta puta ene ta whenga ke talata noa I kono uhinga ke hoko e kwa mea e aonga ke ni ihi opnau whanongo mai mona mamata mai ihi ngahi kare ata pia mo oke ko ina. So, breathe in, let go, and you can share. Those of you who are listening, and those of you, your friends, if you can share it also on your Facebook, Mafi. So your friends, have you shared already? So maybe you can hit share before we start. Okay, and let me wear my glasses so I can see well. So, ko yai ho ik makainga, o ku fa ta tai ta ke ya hata. Yo tau matakari e hoko ko to ta. Ko ilo ke ya Yolanda offer. And Yolanda offer is one of those in Oregon too. Okay? Aya o ku ko to ko ua ko ilo Oregon. Pia kwa to ta ko fa to nga I ko mere nai te wata. Fa asmai mahalo mai tek sisi. There are lots of few people so I don't know, but I wish that we will use this platform and we are not shy to come online and share what you have done, your accomplishment. You are a role model for our children and the youth to watch, that instead of selling the unnecessary stuff and going out there on the street and do illegal activity, but there are lots of stuff that they can get fast money and get good money, but it's legal. So this is part of the business where you earn a lot. And I know because I am in the insurance world. Mafi is in the realtor world, real estate world, because fratau api, fratau kere, frato kanga yang ku kawia he ngahi business, mengahi polo kalama o totonu ke akwa e tau whanau, pia mamotolu. Ai fefinde, you cannot just stay home and be a domestic wife. You can be somebody. Look at her. Isn't she pretty? She's beautiful. She's dressing up formal because that's what the expectation is all about. Okay, Mafi, you have done sharing? Okay. Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. So it looks like for those of you who are watching, keep sharing and just keep up, the momentum of spreading the good words. Okay, Mafi. I understand your name is Mafi Fanguna, and then now you're married to Kalamafoni. Can you explain what is this name? Why you are named after this name? Was it a person, or why was your name being Mafi?
Thank you, Hingano. I'm named after my grandma, which is my dad's mom. And the name, it's a really long name. I'll share it with you tonight for the very first time. It's Mafi Kovi, Manali, Supiesi, Kolomaikolo, Fanguna, Kalamafoni. I'm named after my grandma. As I grew up, I always said, and she will be the only one that will call me by my full name. When I first moved here to the United States, trying to get my license, driver license, Talamahe DMV, your name cannot fit on your ID. You gotta pick your favorite name. So I go by Mafi Kalamafoni, just to shorten it up, make it easy. And yeah, I name after my grandma. She recently passed away a year ago. Behind me is a little picture of her, and it's a motivation that I see her every day through working, schooling, education, all of that, because she is my motivation. She is my motivator, that I carried her name and I want to present it well, very well to the world. And I hope that I'm making her proud.
Very good, Mafi. I am Sure, your grandma is so proud of you. You carry her name and you use it well. Okay, so since you talk about your grandmother, you talk about the name, that is quite a long name. And as Islanders, we too love to put our name in birth certificate so it legalizes it and so it can mean something and so they mean well. You know, they have to be promoted when we go to school and if we they wanted to showcase it for side. Since you talk about Mafi and that's your grandmother and you mentioned that she has become your motivator, what are the expectations? What does that mean? What does Mafi means? Do you know what Mafi means? Or what is the expectation of that name? Aya koe ha ai ngahi tau mua pe aya ko ke tala mai foki ko Mafi ko ho kuia. Pea koe ha leva ai ngahi koe Mafi o pa uia kia te koe ko ha no uhinga uraki ua koe ha ai ngahi tau mua pe koe ha. What is expectation in Tongan? See, I'm lost in word. Koe ha ai ngahi mea o amanaki a Mafi te ke whaangai kia Mafi.
Ko tai before ko na tu pagai ko o fulahi ko e tala noa ke kui mahina ho pingoa fuloloa. I always ask her, what is the meaning of my long name? And honestly, she didn't really know the meaning of the name either. But then as I grew older and learned to know what Mafi means, it's in English it's more like a power, like pe pangeia ko kapau ye tau le whakatonga ko ko tangata ni ko hawe mo fu Mafi lahi peka malo pe ko he ku mai ko a hingoa ke whakawhiho na ki me ko whai mo anga langa ngā we mo whao family mo hape ngai whatongia whakawhae e tau hoko ko whae ke tau whanau. I gotta say I have to be powerful in everything I do. I gotta be strong. Don't give up. Don't give up easily. Ihe time ko na te whakawhai ako ke mao ai Lesieli. I tell you, I quit a lot of times because hange ko ngwa ya man whai ngā tā ai nia. Ko hala whono ngā nia o whai ngā tā. Ka hange ko lau ai tau mua ngā we my platform ko na oku ke tau mua aki. We need to level up. Nemo e tau ngoi pe tau tolia ko ngata ai iloia i tai mini. We gotta step up and learn more. Do more search. Hange pe ko lave ane nai we'll get more to it. Ka koe angai whamatala ko hingoa. Be powerful in a good way, in a very positive way.
Pamalo at Mafi ho. Ko tari le lea en o pia ko ho pe ko kuia au na ne whakahingoa I koe o peke ne fu mahino I eia ko ha ko fu hingoa loloa ma ha no hinga sai. I really want to touch base on the word Mafi. Aya ko Mafi ko malohi. And you mentioned it. It's power in English. Mafi ko malohi ko totaha oku powerful. It is a serenity. And so we can look at it. It can be a multi-meaning word. It can be in that way in English. But aya ko lau ko wa tai ni ko ngoi fo aya ko expectation ni ko kui pe ko fo idea ko ya hono hingoa ko ni o mai o aya ko Mafi. He ikai ke ia ha tai ni ke ngo ia ko moria hoivi pe si ho malo. Pe si aivi ai keke hoko ko hafungani kita. And so with that beautiful expectation from your grandmother, I do appreciate that. So what I want you to share now is this. We have heard about your name. We know now your name after your grandma. We know now the meaning of the name, and we know the expectation. Ke hoko ke mauha Mafi. Never give up. Hangi ka lau ka Ameya Hawaii. Ne lea he graduation Hawaii on the University Unipe. No such thing you can't. No such thing no can't. In a slang way of pitching Hawaiian or pitching English. But he says, no such thing, no can't. There's no such thing, you cannot do anything. There is possibility for everything. And so I love that. So now, Mafi, I want you to bring your name, Deb Mafi. What have you done? What have you done to prove to your grandmother with that beautiful name, the serenity, the power, the strength, the fitness, the endurance, perseverance? What does that name motivate you to do? Or what have you done? Can you give us at least one or two experience?
Ko whehui mali hange pego ki whakatala noa ane nai. I he toi whoki koe ke manatui ko te haupe o mauhoa, ko liliu ai hala whanonga mo palane mo ui. He ui ai expectation ke he ia, ko iai ai whanau ku te ospehe ki te kai ke te lava we, peke ke te lava we. Ko taimia mahala nau ngau e kia hoki ngoa. And hange ko lea ai taha ko ena he graduation me Hawaii o tau kananga aki hinga he ahoni o ku never ia ke tau o ku never ia ke tau give up o kai kia ha me ia ko liaki o kai kia ha me ia ko ngata o kai kia ha me ia ko taofi pe ko tu'u. Those words are not in my vocabulary when I step up and use my power as a woman, as a mother. I kept telling myself, if I give up now, what is the future ahead of me for my children? Am I building something good for their future, or am I just gonna keep lag myself and tell myself I can't do it? Again, I level up and step up and try harder and push harder.
I like what you said. Never. There's no vocabulary in your dictionary called give up. And I really love that. So I really, really love that. There is no such vocabulary in my book called give up. O kui ko e fo'i, he kuke pehe na ke whakaonga I rewa aho hingoa, pea ke whakaonga I rewa expectation e koe a grandma, koe mafi, koe mālohi, koe iwi, koe mawheia, he koe I kuna, koe taumu a pēkeha, lava. I kai, ke hanga tau rea tonga oka, I kai lau kafo, kai lau lava. Never, and I really like what you said, oku never. Because like hungry, let's pitch in English, Hungry look at me. No such thing. No can't. No such. It doesn't stand in the English properly, but it matters what And this I just watched. We were just having a meeting, and he continues to say, this is what he said. What lies behind us, and what lies before us. What matters is what lies within us. What matters, koe mafi, moi malohi, moi fungani, pea moi to'a, pea moi iwi, fie ngā ue, moi fie kakaki o lunga ke tolere yange, koe mea ia. What lies within us? Koe mea koe loto. He tane ne ke tonu e tau rea tonga. Tonga, pea mafi?
Mo'unga ke loto.
Mo'unga ke loto. There is no mountainous in Tonga. If there's a tsunami for Tonga, we are going to be flooded or washed away. But the Tongan's heart is what? Once we set our heart in something, we're going to get it. It's all about the mindset. And I do appreciate your answer, and that I do love it. And thank you. For those of you who are watching, I hope you learned this word. This is what her name is, Mafi. Ko fu ma loki, ko mafai. Authority, power, serenity. It's the strength to endure. And I do love it. So now, Mafi, let's move to the next question. Well, who you are, what's your name, who you are, and you mentioned that you come from this certain place. I want you to go back. Where exactly? Can you tell me? And the matanga you can help it. Go fair for and I say to how may I for matu a. Because her next question, I want to tie it into what we are going to go through.
Okay. One of my weaknesses, if if my ward members is watching me, doing family history is things that I'm lagging doing. Kag mahuingaya kita fok yung fatotolo ho tau tupuanga ay hinga ho hingoa ho matua ko ki lave no pe fine moto animo ne ki ilo si ke tangata iki o tupake ki matahau ko ko no family pe me matahau ko ne fae and ko fahingoa ki ai me masilamea masilamea mo ui I Tonga ko fine ki leva me haakio o ku ya ene fae me hala fuli pe mo taanea ko ene tamai ka ko time ko tape o tau hau ki fufonua ta iloa ko en ko Amerika ai o tau tupa ko ilo I ko fonua e tala ho fate tau au ki ai ka pau e fehu I mai hataha ki au. Or maybe we are asked the same questions. What makes you lift Tonga to be here in America? I think pretty much all of us is going to answer and say the same thing. I came here to look for opportunity, better living, better lives, and help my family in Tonga. Ko time ko tape ko fofolau aki ai o hange o ilo I hataha ho kingoa mo hakpikinga ke tamai mo fae o stalamai pe mo identify, oh, you are actually Beta's daughter because you look like her, or you are just like your dad because you speak like him. And now speaking about ki Tonga ko tangata eki o ko office ko lo mata. Pena ia mau pe ene ki lea hono ako I mau tolu he mau tupake. Mana tu I mau pe te ke hoko koe foha lelei mo ofifine lelei e pe tu ko toa pe te ke aloai, because you're going to be representing not just your name, your village, your mom and dad, mo fonua mo siasi ko toa. Pe nea ngo kuia ai to no kai ko ringa ta fai polo kalama ko talele yang kita o kuia fi amo kakia mo to no. But perhaps I'm carried my grandma's name in a good, positive way. Mo fonua mo kolo mo matahau ki mo togona o kumo mamata mai he ngalo pe o fa pe e ai ha o se programa fi afini te ke mana tu ko ki mati si ye ni ko na tu page matahau ko asi mai he Facebook a pe mo teknologia ko ni social media o asi mai o lea mai and hopefully te mo fi I'll put a smile on your face matahau people.
Thank you, Mafi. Thank you. And of course, so why do I ask you this? Because I wanted you to share where are you from? Because you're not just from Matahau. You are representing Hakio, you are representing Halafuli, you are representing Fo'ui, Masilamea. And you are all of this. And even though you are just one person, but you are carrying the whole villages. And that's no wonder why the quote says a whole village raised a what? A child. And so with that, we are tying in you to your roots. If they don't tau ha'i tau tolu ki whanua, ha'i ai koe ki matahau ko halau furi ko masila mea ko ha'akio. And you said you are proud. So can you describe or elaborate more how proud you are? Ko ha mea o ke proud tia he ngai whanua ko e mi.
Mahalo ko tau nā tūla whakatonga pe. He, ko tau, iho tau tonga, we're identified as friendly island people. O si automatiki pe, I apini o mahako e malea alea whakatonga ke mawhanau. He khange e maoange ai ofa, moe e tau koe hako ai wha I kawe koula ai tonga. Ai whakaapa-apa, ai whewe tokai aki, ai loto tō, ai mamahi I mea. E whaiang, e whetutaki ange ia, e whanau moa I he lea whakatonga. Pai malahe mai me tonga ki whawhanua muli ko e ni, oko whiawhia pēo ke hoko koe tonga. O kai ke loto ke mole ai lea whakatonga, ai ulunganga whakatonga, he koe me aia ko whewhine koe tonga. Koe tonga o kai koe Amerika au. Paneongo e tau nofo heni o mao e tau pepa nofo whanua he whanua koe ni, ka he I kai ngalo ko tau tupuana. Ko tonga.
Very good. Whamalo ko ni ngā ko o hanga o whakawhi hoko taki tau tonu ki o ko tau whanu. He ko, you got to know your roots. You got to know and be proud of who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from, whether we all start from a humbling beginning, or whether you come that you were a noble, a king, or a commoners in Tonga. And even though the democratic world is changing, but to embrace and know exactly who am I, why am I here, what is my purpose? And then sometimes, and I really admire what you said, because, for example, he go family koe, ko ku toto koe. Koe au peke ke ngai family mulia ni ihi ko nau first cousin, second cousin, third cousin. Ko awen ko third cousin and ko fourth cousin. Oku hange pe na matako to matolo ke teta. Oku keke pe he ni ihi ya ngai whanua muri. I'm family and ihi not only family muri, even some people, not everybody. Kako tangane ia io o mea o ke pehe, ho lea o pehe. Oku lahi ange pe e ko ofa. Pe ako wako e ki whanau ki nau lea whakatonga. Kono uhenga he te mau whe mahino aki. Pe e kei piki pe a whanau ki ho nau ngahi aka. Mona roots if they know their language. And I really love that. And so for me, ko atakaya pe ko ho pui tu ae tunga whakako. Ko bilingual and multicultural education. Aia, oku, na kuongo I he taim lahi, he taim ko nau tau tuai ka rea palo whesa, he taim ni ihane pehe. Oku ke claim ko tonga koe, te hange kun tupa te whanau I murini. Claim ko tonga nau tol, but when you talk to them in Tongan, they don't know how to speak Tongan. Te pehe rewa he ku palo whesa. Claim your roots and you are embracing the diversities and the differences of staying in this land. We need to know how to speak the language. Aya ko ngahi ilo whaka, ko ngahi research ia me kau matikati ka ngau whai rea ko ia. Ka kia te au, naturally, ka pau pehe kai te ilo I kita hoto aka, mo hoto tupuanga, mo whei tu mo ki lalo akau na te hau me ai, kai meni ihi. Ko koto kula noa pe e te whenga. Me kono ngā ka pau nei kai a meafi, me kai te aha ahoni. Pau nei kai stepu koe tahana te tu'u ai, kai te kaka whakalaka mai kita. So it's very important that we what? Very, very important that we teach that ba mumutoluk whanonga mai. Sai, Mafi, let's move to the next question. The next question is, te ke lava o tala mai, pe te lava vahe mo mautonu. Mo e ope. Koe ha ai mea na ke whai. But na whanonga hope he whai ngā taa. Pake au ke hea ko, pengata, pena ke kamata ki te foi, kana never. Give up is never a vocabulary in your book. So with that saying, I want you to tell us, how did you endure? Nanga fe ho o iku naki. Aki fo I incidenti ko ya ho pehe na ke alu ke ako pa ke pehe o he ka ke pa ke ako pa ke pehe mai ke ume ni ko ke kala. Te kala vai mai ke tau whanongo nanga fe ho mafi ya. Ho whaka au ngai ho mafi. Ke iku nai ami a koe.
Thank you, Hingano. Behind me, maybe my light is too bright. I have a little kifo I hage bagi like that. O kuiai e taule whakatonga ko hange ko e kumisi. Ko whaka ana wai. Taimi koe na whiria ke whae ako, ko hinga ko whakatau mua, ke hoko koe ko hatoko taha whakatau whare, whakatau api, pe koe realtor I ele whaparangi. Nau tohi e me whakatau mua kia e te ki lawi no pe kia ele whaparangi e koe pe e kuliriu whakatonga kia. Live the life you've always dreamed of. Be fearless in the face of adversity. Never stop learning. Use your imaginations whenever it's possible. Recognize the beauty that surrounds you. Remember where you came from, but never lose sight of where you are going. E whakatonga ki ai, ko whakaana wai. Mo ui e atakai o ku ke whakaana ua ki ai. Oua na ake tairi ili I ho whihangahanga I mo whaingata. Oua na tuku ho ako. Ai ke whakatukanga I ngai whakaofa ofa mo lelei o atakai ai koe. Pake mana tu I mau peho tupuanga. Pea oua na to o mi o whakakau ho tau mo angawe mo wheitu o ke whakaana ua ki ai. I think that's pretty much tells you, hey, koe hai uhinga na lava hai a tau mua. This is what motivates me. I write it down. I put it out there here because this is my little corner that I wake up in the morning and go to. I look at it every single day. That was my motivation. Plus, I see my grandma. Yeah, I'm already down. I cannot do it. Ostala mai be Mafi, where you came from. Now, how me tonga hemo ui whakaofa. I grew up in a very humble home. Mea bena I learn fu whainga ta mo masiva. Ko me aya na tohi e au mo mana tu. Where I came from, Mafi, you gotta proceed, girl. Never give up. I hope I answer your questions.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mafi, I really love that. Embrace, enjoy the beauty that surrounds you. He ka taimi lahi o ku kai ka tau lama tau tolo enjoy. O ku tau sio tau tolo he taimi lahi as women, as men, human. Ka tau sio tau tolo he mea ku beauty, more beautiful. Sometimes o tau whenga tau tolo get degraded. And so I think this platform, I always love looking. This woman, her eyes tell her story. The many decoration and all those heavy stuff on her head, even down in her earrings, it tells the dignity, the values, the glitterings and the jewels and the gold that she carries, and all the unique stuff that she comes with her tradition and culture, and she's a Black woman. And so I am so proud of you when I hear you. Ek whanongo ko o lea, embrace, enjoy. What the beauty that surrounds you. I want you to read to me the quote again because it is very important. Read it, the one in English.
Live the life you've always dreamed of.
Ayo ko life ina ke loto ke ha.
I wanted this life.
You wanted to offer. Ke aho pai for offer. Ke ai ha mea to sayang he mea na te tupu ai. Ai mea koe na tau tupu hake tau hiki holo. Ko hiu ke ki whare he When amusia ni ihi na ufare funga vaka mo na ufare funga vofa. Kako tau nofo ko tau KCC. Pemeni iko hanko au ko fa am. I want to share this with you while you're in there. One day na wa mo ki fo halahi. Malue hake havelu. Ko lue mo ye helo to halapa tarangi. So ke apo KCC ka pau peani. Misi apfa fo ofa ya wa tau fare pehe mahalo ku. They are rich. That's what I said to my son. You know what my son says? Mom, we are rich. We have a house. We have a store. We have a car. Mom, we've got everything at home. Compare ho ki fare o ke fulahia. O ki fare o ke fotahna kana e hoko hoko. Compare ke fu fare o kasisika. Never compare yourself to anybody else. You cannot compare an orange with a pear. You cannot compare haki pusmo haki kuli. Tapuang with tapu. And so, Mafi, I really love that. So, go to your second sentence because I wanna elaborate more on it.
Be fearless in the face of adversity. Oa na te tai iri e whihanghanga I me whaingata.
Oa iri fia, oa tuka, oa foi, oa fuia. He taino hawa whaingata. You know what? One of my uncle, my sister Nayaka always says, the whaingata pira pau te latu tu umaya moha, mo fu laione. Papa teke ke sio ka laione mo wini, lere. Taimo eke te lere spoti. Say, and be fearless. And you know, tau palo pare maia as human. Tau latu pekoe for owe me ako yaka kita. O te osiha, oh, I cannot do it. He peke ulava but for too much. For here. Next sentence, please.
Te kilave no pehe konga ko iahe ko iahe
Elaborate.
Oku mahalo oku tau mua pe oku feinga. I tell you this. Oku iahe I lea taha poto pe mai. Kapate ke alu mataha oku motivates more speak a positive. Te ke mau e feedback positive. Tai meni o alata mo ki whakakau o talangi ki wheleni. Ta koko wheleni ia oku kaike tu ia mo whakakau ta tau mua. You know what the wheleni will do? Tene hangai o ato negative thoughts. Te ke toi back up ko ia me o whakakau ko ke proceed forward with what your career is ahead of you. Never afraid. Ke try something new. Be yourself, just like what Hingano said. Never compare yourself to others. Just be yourself. You will be doing great. Never stop learning.
Yep.
Ko tau nofo he ni, hao wia pehea, wa osi pe ko ako, pe unga ko whai mau pe ki diploma ko ni high school, it's enough. Ponu ai ko ni, o kulere pe ako au ke tau fitu ngofulu, me valu ngofulu, I office ko ni oi real estate ko ngau ai, ko tau valu whai o ke tango tu peia, o whakatau whare. Pe tau whakautaga ka tau tolu mo ki poko si I whanga whakatapu e tau ilona tau mai me tonga. Pe he tau tolu ia, koe osi pene ako ngā tāni. Pako ki tau tolu koe ma o tau tui I he tui whakalotu tā tau. O kua ko I tau tolu he o lele, never stop learning. Educate yourself more. O ngata peho ako he ni. O kua me polo kalama now take it when I came here to America. It's called the BYU pathway. I took that years ago. And I now continue education online. You know the benefits of doing it? You are a mom. You can do it from home or any comfort zone. You can do it at your bedroom, in your kitchen, in your car while you're driving. That's my advice to you. Be yourself. Never stop learning. Use your imaginations whenever it's possible. Recognize the beauty that surrounds you. Sometimes we're not enjoying what is already here with us, within you. for the future. We got to enjoy what is within us right now. Enjoy the moment, live the moment. Now we might be mateka mo hingano ke maalu kuteke ha mataimi o mawaya ke mafiefia ingai beauty.
Thank you, Mafi. And what's the last one?
Remember where you come from, but never lose sight of where you are going.
I think that is a beautiful quote. That quotation just tell the story and your legacy. Okay, and I think for those of you who are listening, you know, it would be nice to just give us a positive feedback. Click, hit, share, and like, comment, because your comment will boost the spirit of Mafi to be powerful and more encouragement for her to move on. So with that, and like I said, remember I share with you the story of my son when he says, we are rich. Enjoy. Why do I have to compare? And I do like that. Embrace the beauty that surrounds you. What you have now, make use of it. You know, why do we have to plan for the long term? After all, opportunity. I'm so proud of you for saying that. And I do appreciate that, Mafi. So now I want you to go to what? Go back to what you just said, and I want you to share with us. If you have to mentor, okay, forget that. Let's go. What are the consequences or pros and cons? Not necessarily pros and cons. Maybe what are the hardships, or what are some of the stumbling blocks, I would say, instead of hardships, because you know, there's no hardships. So let's just talk about what are the stumbling blocks that you have faced doing, you know, being yourself and just doing what you do.
Most of the times when you try to make a choice, make a new moves, there's a lot of consequences. There's a lot of struggles here and there. He lolotonga, he halafononga, oku te whaame me ongo I pe kitaya e tu o te mana wahu whawhatapu, pe te pe kitaya ko mani koe mo uinia koe mo ui whaingata. Ka koe konga whuki e mo ui, koe konga peni e mo ui. This is part of life. You gotta go through struggle. Taimeni teo hangepe ko introduce ato ko mari mo ku se paniti ko viriami Mafi Kalamafoni. Ma anga mo uyo maki family ki mo pa to ki ma ko ni ngawe ko ni ko iate he mana tu tau tol ka kai to nga hen ko si o tau nga hi se paniti fa ma anga mo ui ka kai to ko lahi iate. Pa ko taim ko to pe ko pa alo to ko ni ke he ka he ne lori iate te foki ma he kiafi o si hela ia kai ki to ngo ya te ha to taim ki to ho ka te ako. Ko ku tangu tu pe ko ia ko me pe ha ke whakakau kau ka ngata ia ko he ahoni o pe ki se ni te totonga ake ko ako e more ia ko whenga ako ke ma o ha mo uto lele ia nge mo te ki whakalaka nge he ka ke hoko ia pe tau hoko ko ngai wha ko tau whatongia tau tolu ua wa wha pe ia he aho fitu e wike lahi ngahi me aia o ku te matagota hipo he pauri hu whangawhatapu, o sia e maki asenita ke aho taha. We always plan our day the night before. Pa koe lele koe maki asenita e aho koe taha. At the end of the day, we sit again and look at all the listing and the agenda. I tell you, when we list things down, it's a very productive day. He koe winga koe ha, I didn't spend time scrolling around on social media. Pena toa telefoni o mole taimi ki hawhainga mea. Te hanga o ai hoto taimi or make it time wisely. Te ke lava noa pe ko o whai neongo e whainga taa, neongo ho hako ku ke hela ia, neongo o ku kai ke te aha taimi e ke kuki ka koe mea pe kuame mai ko i psai mini e ke lava pe ngai whai. Ta hoko ko ngai whai koe whailea he ku taim nau te whokea ako, koe whailea koe resilience. I really like that. And it goes with my name. You gotta be tough, moms. You gotta be tough whether you have a husband, a single mom. You can do it. As a woman, as a women, we can be resilient. That's part of life. We got to face adversity, and be strong. It makes us strong.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Mafi. And I do appreciate that. You got to be tough. And what I get out from what you said, it's all about the mindset. Okay? Focus. If you are not focused, if you are not looking forward to what you're expected to do, you're going to lose it. And surround yourself with good people. There are, of course, we have negatives, we have shortcomings. We are human. And it's okay to make mistakes. So what? But what I'm trying to say, I like the fact that you mentioned earlier that you got to surround yourself. Makakai okay now mindset when I tell mua that now 5 thing I'm now talking now 5 I met tatao. He got time got that the feeling I hani ihi okay now mindset tatao motawa because kakai koe because koe kahame hoko you either get over it or you either being dragged down. Because no fusiko ikila sai. Aya matu aki mahu inga au pito ia ke tau iloi patau lava oha. O whakawhai ke hei a whaahinga tangata pe whewhine ke te wheohi mo ia. He ka ikai e hoko e kakai ko ia ko whakatūkia anga ka kita. He kai ke te lama e kita e te ngai whiri. Ea ko maha ko me ea ko very true. It's all about the mindset. And you have ke matu uwaki. E ko au whakatahine haapai. E ko e taimi ko ku hekai a haapai i he tahi. Ku iloa nau toruia. Te aku tau pehe tau hange ko motu. Au ke hap. Ko au whaka ko konga o koe taha me lolo. Ko e konga taha me haufuli. Pea ko e konga e taha maple one. Ko e kukuia aku mea. Aia ko tau hauka me motu tau kai vai. Ko rea whaka ke kai vai. Inu e tahi, inu e tahi puhi vai pe koloa pe kuha. Lucia pe ki tau lang. Pe tau rea tonga ia. Koloa ade tau lerei aki iwaka, pe ki iwaka la, pe ki iwaka stima, o ku tau ke whanga ma uta peha. Ko tau lerei e waka. Aia ko fuu matu aki fia mohonga ia mafi. Iho whakamatala. You've got to be what? Resilient. You got to mafeia, matu'uaki, to'a. Pau ke tui lahi, tui mālohi, ta e we ia. Ka toa uulunganga ko ia, and never give up. Taime nihi ta ola tupe osio. Kani ihi toko lahi ngau nofo Amerikani, sometimes so tau loto si'i, Te tokloto si mo ni pe ka pa ku tu mai mo hani fu me afana. Ko os whakafon maha pule. Don't. Aya ko ke whana u mai matua. Whanga ngai wha ngai tamai. O ku ka tau ngata anga pe. You need to what?
Level up.
Level up. This is the time. Hoko ko fungani kita. Ko fungani ya. Alu fungani ko. To loto nga pe te fungani. To alu fungani video. Fungani. Hanga tau ko wha mention e teme o ngahi tau tui i ICC ma kahoa. Ko tau tui ka te ngata alunga, ka ne toki beautiful ko pa toki tika au pito foi teunga pe ko foi sisi pro kawa ko ya heri faki vonoha. Ono fungani. Alu hivo pe toki tui fio. Pe toki alaha kakala ko ya. Pe toki ta alunga tahine faiva ko tau elangi. E taimi ko a wai ke peak my max if I go fatau pas pe ne whakameite. And so I really love that. So Mafi, I don't want to take too long. Ko nga he ko ulo pe ko follow po uri ka ko loto pe ko tui pe ko follow pe i me alere. Ko loto pe ke whanongo mai ko ofa pe mo share to ke whanongo matu ke whanongo whana. I taimi ko na ake ke si iai. Nei ai ha whaahinga konga koula na ake amanaki ki ai. Te ake whaka amu ki ai iho keisi i. Ho kei vare ange. Koe, pia na ake whaka amu ea. Te ke lava, koe ngahi koe whanau nau whanongo mai. Na ke tupu hake mata hau. Panau ilo ile rei pe koe. Mai ko mahalo pe sai pe ke ure ake ki pui tua o Mafi. Pe ki tahi ni anga rei to he ako. Ko ongo mātua, na kai ke puri ai me ako pou. Ka whai ha taalunga ko was ilo i pau ke tahi taalunga ko Mafi. Ka whai ha ki presentation i ko was ilo pau ko Mafi. Kono ngā ko tamai mo whae, na nau lere mui holo i a te koe. Pou. Pea ka whai ha aho lahe pe ko culture show, pe ko whaahinga mea pe, I will count on you. Pea ko tui na whai pehe o kau whai ako ke i high school. Na tangane ia i ho tupu anga. Pea na aku ilo i like you said, na tau tupu pa tau hao mehe ngahi atakai o kuloto maulalo atu. Lo tonga ko ho KCE i he junior high mo high school. Na ake whakakau te ke hoko ko tonga tā whakatau whare. Pe nea tau mua kehe na ki whaamboi kia.
Malo opito Hingano. As I grew up as a little girl, I always loved entertainment. Just like how Hingano said, I love dancing. I worked with the tourists. Most of you that remember me, I used to be in a floor show back in Liko Alofa Resort. That was part of my talent. And as I grew up, I entertainment. Na ta ilo ai ke ma whainga mari ke hao ki muri. But taimi na mawahe mai me ko mātua, na tuku ta mai e ta pak whakata mai, pia ko tukuange ke alu. For the very first time, my mom and dad trusted me that I was 23 at the time. Ke alua mawahe ke kumiha muri. But most of the time, this is my advice to all the youth. You grew up, all of us grew up in a goodly parents. Don't get me wrong. Never a time a mom and a dad will tell you, do something crazy. Never. Okay? Positive and most of the time when we left our parents, we make our own choice. And guess what? Because see, ohake te alaita afae motamai e time te faya e te firi pe ko te tono no. He ko fu mo ui ni aku fonu ai. But when we make our choice, we tell ourselves to be better. Yesterday was worst. Make today better than yesterday. And tomorrow, perhaps you can do a lot better than today. Advice to all the youth, if you're watching, you are listening, be proud of yourself. Be proud of who you are. Your parents taught you well. Ko me pe wa na mana tu I na ka ke fusai ai tu nga faka ko ye ko ma tu ka ko me pe na ma I api ko belino pe ko fia pa na ya ko ilele ye ngo lele api pa ma va he mai ko ni o ko faka amu ke na hiki mai ke fono amuri o ke ma inga nge pe lo tu ye ke ko ma tu ko teo te na malolo pe na me mo I ko ni na kei fai fua fai bele nga pelo tu pa ko mahalo ko ngahi ta puaki ene nga fi lau o fai he panga kui mo e ko matua o ko wa ka tu nga peni. And don't get me wrong, quick you ke lele ya. But speaking from experience, ko hinga ko langa ngawe o fai, I'm a realtor. Speaking from fact, I married and I lived with my husband in one bedroom. The apartment lokita. Me yai ye ki te apartment loki ua. Ko whakaloto la heni, ya tau tolu, yo tau kakai tonga heni. He ko konga lahi, ai si kakai ko os petutaki mo na tohe telefoni, ko os give up my paya. Mafi, how am I gonna buy a house? I'm not gonna be qualified through financing to buy my house. Ko hinga na alwai ki fidu motu ani, o fai a whainga, he oku I lava le rei paya. Ko foi lea, o fi mawe ke mawe amanaki lei. Have a hope and look forward ki aho koia. He kulava pe. Tala noa mai ki au, he wia ngai founga hange pe ko lava ni nai kutea mo toko tahatonga ku osi Lesieli, Portland, Oregon. Ko Yolanda Ofa, ko toko tahalele yeni, o ku very educated too. Pe mau toko ne kaki mau toko ne mo nofani. And any state, kapa o ke fie ma o ha fehu I pe ko whainga whaka eke. o fie fine moto an mo loto mafana ke tari hanga I te hui o ku mo fie mau. Ko ki lalo a kau koe no fai fine moto a koe ni o ku tohi I pe I matapahu mai he a mo unga ki he loto. Hange pe ko talau ane nai. O ku kai ke mau hapaanga ia ai fine moto ani pa koe ke ne mau ia hamea. Ko e fo I mafu pe ai tonga. When you have a big heart, pake palani mo ke fotu ha fai ngamia, work for it. He malava no ape hange ko malava ni nai. O ku neva ia ke tai malava. Kapau te ke palani pake loto aki, you can be yourself. Te ke a usia pe ko ai ngai faka ana ua. Hange ko ki ta umu anga we fine moto an. Te ke a pe ko ki ai o sio ki ho misi e hoko pe a mohoni.
Beautiful. Kasi, wow, kapau na e ya kapaka wo si awe pe. Paka ofa au pita mafi ko tui ko uhinga fokia pro kalamani o ko mimi loto ke paka ari ai haka kai ke nau ha o hoko ko tata lai fare ko ki hange haki GPS ke tata mai hala pa tata mai fihi ka hino mai pe hulu mai ai ngahi me ai lava pe tau whanau me ko tau kakai ke tau mui mai ai. Ko tangane ia ho lea mafi. O pehe o ngomatu and I do appreciate it, and I like it. Every parents have taught their children to the best of their knowledge and their ability ko nau lele tahai. And I really love that. Ke koe fwe tai mlahi tu pake tau whanau, tau toi murini, pa nau pehe nau tol, oh, no, you didn't give me a whole time. We were not trained, and we were not professionally trained to be mothers and fathers. We just hop into the boat and sail away to the deep water. Ai lai ke ke hata hai ke ni hanga whakatau ke tau ke tau professional he tamai me whae. Ka kou tangane ia ho lea. I hope every parent, don't get me wrong, ko whae kotoa pe me tamai kotoa na eha. Na ne whai hono lelei taha a koe koe. Pea ko hange ku take ik manatu ki kari loa. Koe fu kari, a koe pilo ia tonga. That's the Tongan pillow, is the kari. And what is the kari? Yes, it's a piece of wood, and then usually they fix it, Tongan fix it and use it as their pillow, But when we get to the women, to the mother's side, kari loa, it's part of the women's wealth that we will take with us or carry on with it when we got married. You might have a big king size bed. No, Tongan don't have big king size bed. We just have a mat and a tapa cloth. That's our what? That's our blanket, and our mat. That's our carpet, and that's our bed. And we just have a kari. That's our pillow. And then bringing it to us, it's more like a symbolic or a metaphor. The kari is the long hand of the mom. We call it kari loa loa, the longest kari or the longest pillow. Okay, or the long pillow. O ku whana me alerei a whae. Pea mo oni ho lau. O ku kai ke tau tui o waha whae mo ta mai o ku tae whana lerei. Do the best of their knowledge. Ki he lerei taha ia o e mindseti mo ta mai e whae me ta mai ko ia. Pea ko fungan ia ai. Mafi, ta peherewa ku ta whao whio me peke ta wrap up. Kono i ngā he ko toe te ko whasio mai sāpate. Aia, kai ha mea. E lava ke ki tala mai. He ko tui ko ngahi palapare mai he te mlahi. Aha, e matakari o ka kai. O whaahinga tangata. Ka te mau haki re rei whaingata ake ha. Ke te vahe. Ka mau ha le rei whaingata ake i tala atu. Ha o ke ta ngā ue. Ha o ke ta whaia mea koe ni te ke au si ai. A polo kalama koe. Even myself. O ko whea mau e aho whare. Ka ko whaloto si i au. Ka ko kovi haku kretiti. Ka ko whanongo ko tala noa. Ko e ha whounga. Pe kuai nai ha ki i whounga. Te ke hanga o ki i tala mai ngahi requirements la lahi. O to tonu ke matu aki tokanga ki ai aho tau kakai. And in English, what is your advice to anyone who wants a house what are the requirements or what are the things that they need to do first in order to get there.
Thank you, Hingano. Being a realtor, when I speak to my clients about, hey, are you interested in listing your house or are you looking to buy a house? Most of the times the words that we use is invest. Hey, invest. Hey, mahalo ko mai pe te to ko ni mai pe to fa mamangi aki foi lea ko ni ka hele for palangi. If you Google ko high invest, it's expend money with the expectations to achieve profit. He ko me ate ke ngawe aki ki ai ho pa anga ko hu mai ke ngawe aki ki to fo ngangi ke to fo ki mai ai silini o to laya. He pero kakai muri pero kakai ko ni America. They love to invest. He ko hinga fugi ai fakatao tau ngai no fo anga pero me en ko talangi ko tau kakai tonga. You are capable of paying rent right now. Whether it's an apartment, condo, duplex, or you're renting from a friend, you're capable of paying your rent. But I tell you, and I promise you, you are capable of paying mortgages. But there are some homeworks need to be done in order to get qualified to buy a home. Ko tau tolu ko ni tonga, ko tau hao foki me tonga, ko tau hao pe sia ki ngai whai ngā maari oh, te whakatau mea koe, te whakatau mea koe, o sai mo mea koe, ma o mo ki credit card tia and kon ui ko koe visa. Tau toki haha ke tau tolu he whare koloa ho whanga he whakatapu. Ka ko Amerikani o maho inga ai whakapoto ia ai mea ma o mai. He ko tainu o hua toi ai ki seniti hu mai o toi hua te he wheitu hala. Whai ngā tā ai ke qualify koe ki he mea koe no ko ngāwe ki ai. But in order to qualify, you got to do this homework. Oua e toi ai ke toi lai ho mo ua. I he mea koe no ke to tongi taimi. Lo tonga pe te lelelelei pe ta whatata again. Lo tonga pe a lelelelei pe e taki pomu ko he taimini, pe koe ki me a lele taimini, just because I'm seeing another friend is driving a better car. Usually my mindset, man, ko whene nia ko he kai e ka toi sayangi. Ko he mea hoko. E hu se ni tia alu ki ka. Going up with mindset is different. But if you set your mindset tonight, starting now, ke budgeting what you have now. Make use of what you already have now. Te ke lava no ape ko ke whakapoto i asiri ni humai. Ke sai ho krediti, pe ko e te tuunga ko te totongi e te mo ua e sio a panke ia ko te ke alot ke no me ai ho se ni ko ke whakatawa ko whare ko Hingano en mo Mafi na lava pe nau ki totongi na mo ua e na no o ko consistent a totongi ia pe te whalalau ki ai ki angi se ni ko ke whakatawa ki whare no whanga. That is investment right there. Your money goes to a good use. Don't invest in a new car. You are investing because that lolly is what? It's going to multiply incomes coming back. There's a good advantage of that. There's a disadvantage of that. You got to do research. Picking a good realtor, there's 3 things you got to know. You got to trust that person. You got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know me first. Trust me, likes me, and you pick me as a realtor because what? I will find what is best fit your needs. Ko ha mea isai ka koi. Ko hinga ke alu pa anga ki. Ko palangi ko na no fa tu pe na ngai fare la lahi. Alu fa na ui o hoko te mo ui. They're downgrading. Fatau ki fare si ka ko fakatawa te fare ko. That's part of investment. Ko in a year or 2 kuna te whakauka, well, grandkids is moving in. Let's sell this one and upgrade. Ko tau nofo whakatonga, o tau tonu ke tau maui mindset ta tau, mo kau Amerika. Tau lava o ngā we i tau seniti, put it into a good investment. You can buy a house. Don't lose hope because you're not passing financially right now. There's a lot of program out there And those of you already get your license and working as a broker or realtor, you can witness this. Okulahi ang polokalama te taulawa nga awe mo ki motol. I have a client who already talked to a lender. She can be approved within 6 months, and that is part of the hoping. Te ke lava pe o approve i mahina no malava pe ko tau kahau malava pe in 3 years. But what? Your mindset is already changed. Don't put your money, don't put that income into bad ways, put into good ways. Invest not just short term, but in the long term too.
Thank you, Mafi. I do appreciate that. And I think what you have said, it educates all of us. Not necessarily only Pacific Islanders or Tongans or anyone who is listening. And please, I like it, try to know who you're dealing with, and then you move from there. So our last question, and then we'll wrap up, is it's the what and the how. What and the how? How did you get there? How did you become a realtor? What are the qualifications or what are the necessities that people, because I want you to talk as if the single or the people out there who wants to be a realtor, but I see this is the weakness of some of us as human. Once we get to a position and once we get to a job or once we get an opportunity for it is so hard for us to share. We kept it as a secret. I hope that you are fine with it, Mafi. Can you at least sum up what have you done in order to get your license?
Every state is different, Hingano. If you're in Texas, the requirement from the state of Texas is totally different from what's the requirement here in Oregon. So there are requirements need to be done. Kupau graduate from high school, have a diploma. Number 2, kupau take a course, show of where hoa down in Manoa. I pre-licensing course they call it. But also my training ko ya ko lava ho foi CVA what they call it the state exam and the national exam. Ko foi CVA ko pau ke te pass. But my experience when I first take my exam, I thought that the location is only taking real estate exam, right? So I walked in, I see a lot of people have open books, and later that day I found out that contractors I don't know Lesieli know how good when I go to the same location. And 2 people in front of me checked in, and I found out one was taking a constructions exam and one was taking insurance exam, but they were having open book. And I asked the girl that was checking me in, that's not fair. I don't know document I should take mine too. But they make it very difficult. But I'm not saying this to make you lose hope. Ako ko ngaya I te toi mate te wangi ke te hoko ko taha falala anga I mala e ko ni whakatau api e fie ma uia ke te ko pau peke te and I didn't pass the first time I take it. I take it multiple times, and every time I had to schedule and take it, I pay $75. And I failed almost 3 times just with 1 point. And I lose hope. I give up. I told my husband, you know what? The company is making money on me. My husband said, give up. I keep trying and trying all of my life. Ko ngaya e kutoi wahe ka ki motol ka kai tonga whakapapau iange I ngahi ahoni o kuyai a taha o Lesieli kene tokoni atu ki whatau api. A lot of people out there o pima o pe ke te research, make sure o Lesieli he ko konga lahia e alo whenga, ko ki tau tolu koni kakaitonga, hange pe ko au, ko toki whenga mai penia re whapapalangi. Ko winga ko tau struggle I he tau rea whapapalangi. Ka koe uhinga e alo whenga, ke ulawa o to koni atu ki mo tolu, o kai ke fulele le whapapalangi, te tau lava pe tau tolu whatau o tau ngahi api. Ba ye ose polo kalama ko ki mo tolo mo iheni he Facebook you guys can add me as friend if you need help ko Facebook ko Mafi and Bill Kalamafoni o biai mo fika telefoni ko nima no atolu hiva ni mafitu fao no wanima. Again, my phone number is 503-957-4625. Call me anytime. I'm here and so willingness to help and answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Mafi. Well said. Okay, another question. How many credits for the course? Is it just have to be 150 hours or there is a certain course of credits?
When we paid for our pre-licensing course, you have to complete the whole entire, even though it says 150, but I tell you, I wasn't completing it within the 150. There was a lot of readings. There was a lot of things that I had to do.
Are there credits? Are there credits or just it's Relator education and it just have to be 150 hours?
See, that is credit because it's must done. In order for you to get your license, that has to be done because it's part of the requirement in the state of Oregon. That will be done. So that being said, it's a credit. Ko hinga ko pau ke fai e koe foi mea ko ia ko konga ia koe o whenga ke maho laiseni ko pau. But like I said, Oregon is different. I think Salt Lake City, Utah, their requirement might be 60 hours. Hawaii, it's only 60 hours requirement. So every state is different. If you're interested in becoming one, I advise that you can Google it and just ask, how can I become a real estate here in whatever state you're living in.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mafi. I think we're wrapping up now. So if there is something that you want to say to the audience and to the people who are listening, what will be it?
I think I will just end up with make sure that you're doing things right in life. You're not doing, whether you wanted to be a teacher or a doctor or a nurse or a gatekeeper, just do your best and become yourself. Because like we said it earlier, never compare yourself to anybody. Be yourself. Level up. Okay? Like Hingano's platforms is be yourself in a better version, because you can be better. Like I said, I'm repeating myself. You can be better tomorrow than today. Ko ofa tu kia ki mo tolu ka inga ko ni oku mo mamata mai he ope mo honga ia lahi ai fina mo tu ani I he loto mafana ai tau pe fine fai polo kalama ke ne me ngawe a kiau he fia fini. O konga apito e kiau ta malanga ngawe oku fai. It takes a village to raise a child. It also take a village to build a business. And behind me, it's a good office. It's a good supporters. It's a good team. Even though I'm still new in this career, in this field, but I have very supportive village behind me. Never lose hope, Mafi. We got you covered. And it's the same thing with you. Continue to do that. Yeah. Just because you're seeing somebody else is doing this and they're doing that better. No, just be yourself. Sometimes when you compare yourself, mole ai ho to tai mi o kita he te hanga kita he whenga ki hange ko taha ko he ko te osmeya o kita ia ki he te tau mua pe ko te whakaamu pe ko te misi, but be yourself. Maha ko ki toko ni pe ka tau tolu ai ka inga tonga paka pau ke I loi haki lelei hange pe ko lave a Hingano. ko tau tonga ia ke tau vai. Oa, te tau hangi e tau tōlea ko tāna whakatata a shamui ke paka, hufanga he whakatapu. Ko lipe paka ke loto kane, te hanga ke pe whi paka koe, o fusme whi paka koe ki la. Nofu pe la hoi ke ta nofu pe When one is up there, you need to level up. Lift her hand, raise the bar. Don't drag her down. Don't drag him down. Ko tau tonga ke tau hoko o whani, o mo ui vahe, pe tau whitoka I aki, pe tau whiinga ke hanga e tonga, o hiki haki e tonga, kai ua ai ke hanga ko taimla tau whanau, te hanga pe tonga o tāmate I tonga. Now, o kune vai a ke pehe. Level up e mo ui o whinga ke toi lele yangi, mahalo koe ki mea pe whakamalo he ni ka koe Hingano o whalahi atu. Hingano has been an amazing teacher when I was in middle school, and I always look up for her, not only as a teacher, but fashions, I love to socialize with people, and I've seen her throughout her life. She goes through a lot in her life, but it motivates me that she's strong. She is a strong woman. Be strong and be tough.
Thank you. Ho eki me kainga. Ko mo toki me amai eki a Mafi Kalamafoni. Ko ene telefoni ko ni manua tonu. Hiva ni mafitu whao no wanima. O koe te mau ke uhanga whama opo ai ume apena atau wako kia he pōni ma tā talai whare ki ai. Ko loto pē ke o mai e ngahi whare I koe ni nai whahoko e mawhina ane pē. Oa e ai ke lahi ho mo ua. Ka poke whia mau ke whakatau a whare. Oa ai ke lahi ho mo ua. But seti he tainini. Budget now. Don't make too much text. You know, when you have too much text, you are going to suffer. Budget now, but seti if poto iseniti. Your credit should be good. So in order for your credit to be good, you need to what? To budget, pay your bills on time, and make sure that credit score is going to be the best tool and the best factor for you to earn a house. And also, the bank will only trust you when you are paying your bills on time. Okay? And if you are, if you are having a bad credit, maybe I get it from Mafi that you need to fix it. You need to work on it, little by little. You can fix it and you can do that. And number 5, she suggested we need to pick a realtor. For those of you in Oregon and Portland, I don't know why would you use someone else. After all, we have our own Tongan people, our own Pacific Islanders, our own South Seas, our own trusted worthy Mafi. She is right there. And like Yolanda is there too. But Mafi is right there. You know her, you know where she lives. She will consult with you and educate you on what to do. Okay? So trust your realtor. Before you trust that person, make sure you like that person, make sure you know exactly who that person is, and then pick that person, and then that person will find the best needs for you. Number 6, put into a good investment is by buying a house. Buy a house, because you can always use that as an asset. You sell it out in order to get more money. You buy a house na kilo, kilo, or okay? I know you can live in it, and if it's your first time home or a homeowner, you can live in it for 1 year, I think, or 2 years, then you can sell it out. So those are the little techniques that she put in. And I hope you have a pen and a paper, write it down. And then also, I love this. And you know what? I am a living witness of what she said. If you can pay rent, you can pay mortgages. If they may vary out, mo frasesere, pero talo ngawe for akwe for one na no for a lot of api estate people ngawe. But I can see okay reni, but you see okay me. All I do, I get my paycheck. Mo ila tainini ko lava o si okay for a mole. Papa o ko totong e pangawa fe fangea we mahina. Fakapo, ko soton ge alu ya hafu fare. And so that's what I got from Mafi today. If you can pay rent, people, you can pay mortgages. Ai ko mortgage ko totongi ho fare. La fu mama fange reni ya ko eni he pai ha to ki fare. Mahale ba pi ha ta fange ya de pe pa ta fe wange ya ko ta fe
That's
mange ya.
true.
Ta mo ta ha fe ke la kange pe ya e pa e wa fe fange ya ko eni o gro ya. Also, there is always hope. There's hope. Okay, I have lots of programs. She said that. There's lots of programs. There is the FHA, I think. There is lots of programs, low income, women, minority women, first time buy or first time buying what homeowner, whatever. To have a realtor, I don't know. But she said you have to find and trust the realtor. And I think me ako mahuinga. Koa ke lava trust no ihata. Koa uya katonga o ko wongo ipeau o ke kaka ipe tonga tonga. I trust Mafi. Okay, trust Mafi. I trust Mafi. I trust Yolanda. She's not here, but I don't want to. I want to focus on Mafi. Mafi, I trust her. If I want a house, I will go to Mafi. Kanga tonga. Uweke wilo po hamete tau te fatolo tolo yai. Amo tolko no fo orikoni. Pasio Mafi. Tenga ike tokoni kako. Hete mutala tala noa. I peke ki vai vai hate ki ta no faloloma ko. Kawen he ongo matu anga wile rei fuoloa. Pea I he taha ngahi university sias. Na whakatau he toko taha pe me pe whatonga ka toko taha me Pasifiki aho na whare. Na ware pe ongo matu aia, ko aluate ai pankeo tala mai foreclosure na wapi. Ko ha foreclosure, tala mai, get out. Sa our house, ka whare o pankeo. Toko whatoka ngai hake, toko taha koe na ni hanga whakatau e api, Uni whakamooni e ia ko ia ona he api, pia kune tautou refinance, tautou loani ak e ia api. Aia oku matu aki pere ngesi, ke whalala pia ke ilo I hui o tilingi. So I give credit for Mafi. Thank you, Mafi, for share ngahi konga ko ula ko eni, kono ngahi ko taimlahi ko tau mat whahinga ivia taimini o tau kakai me tangata, ko te mau pia ki mea you don't want to share it. Ke koe ke loto koe ke te alake tako o laka ia kita. And I give credit for you for doing that. And I do appreciate it. And the how and the what is very important. This is the how and the what. You want to be a realtor? You got to have a high school diploma. At least that's the minimum. Papa, okay, I'll have degree, hallelujah. At least a diploma, high school diploma. You got to have 150 hours of education. You know, that's the realtor educational whatever their requirements. I got now coursework here. Those are the coursework, and you've got to be in it for 150 hours. States are varied. Ayaw kehe. Ay ngahi mga requirements is state, but majority of it could be make ngahi basic keeping. Okay? You got to take the state and also take the national exam. Once you passed it, you got to pay $75 for your state, koia Mafi, patontono mai.
Mana tui whake o kai pe mga whakamore kehe I lotongo e te ako. E ai te totongi ai ako o tonga o tupu si ia ki fo le soni pe ko ia, he? Ko te algo ai te fingerprint, ko pau ke te pass te background check, mo te fingerprint, he ke whakapapau I kita ko taha kita o te sai. Ai totongi ki ai. O si koe e te CV hanko kurulawe anau panga fitu nima ki fo I CV ko toa pe. Koe ne pāsi pe ia, o toi ai mai u totongi ke heia e te hoko atu koe ni e te laiseni. And majority, as I'm in this career, ko ngā lahi ia, o whaafeol pe ia I he lahi ai u whakamori.
Okay.
Lahi mea ke totongi ma. Don't lose hope. Ko ngā bea or build a business or a platform, ko pake te go through a lot of that.
Okay, thank you, Mafi, and thank you for repeating. So that's all the requirements, and you have heard her loud and clear. Get the high school diploma, take the 150 coursework, and state the national exam. Remember, there are money and funds in there within this. Take the national exam, both state and national, and then pass it, and then you go through all those. Remember, there is background check going on. You got to take the risk. You got to spend. You got to famore in order for you to become a realtor. Ko Mafi Kalamafoni. Ko in the Facebook ko Mafi and Bill Kalamafoni. Ko in the telephone ni manotol hiva ni mafitu fauna ni ma. Ko ek makainga. I hope you guys learn and hope what Mafi have shared tonight will help you guys. And for those of you who you want to work, or you want to change career, or you want to try out, or for those of you who are seeking or been wondering and ponder, when on earth am I going to have a house of my own? This is the right person. So if I were you, you make sure you call her, you have your phone, text her, or just publicly saying on Facebook, I need to talk to you, and she will get back to you. Ko iai ho ek me kainga ko Relator ke whakaosia I rewa e tau Kalamahe Poni aki e ku pehe atu ka motolu. There is nothing impossible. Whatever you set your heart in, and thank you, Mafi, for the kind words. It's the greatest call to be a teacher. And now you are a teacher. It doesn't matter which area and which arena, but you are still a teacher. And that's the purpose of being a teacher. You teach people, and that people will teach people, and that people will teach people from whatever arena and category or whatever endeavor you are in. You're still a teacher. And I do appreciate that. And with that being said, I like to say, Malo Alpito Ngawe, I am a proud teacher, and I am a proud mother of you. Ko ofa lahiat ko mata, ofa tuki apina pe amoy mari, ho mari ko tangata ia o po kate ko mo fa now. I have watched you with your husband and your kids, and you don't know I am following you, and I watch you how you go and dress up in a professional dress up, and then you come home, take off to your puti masulapa, and you go ngawe he building. So I give credit for you. Ko iai ho ik me kainga ofa lahe ka motolu ofa pe o ku hoko e proklama o be the best version of myself. Hoko ko fungani kita peke level up. This is your time to shine. Do not give up, and never compare or look down at yourself. Ofa lahiatu mo po ulia.
Fatu.
Ofatu. Thank you, Mafi.